Michigan coach Sherrone Moore is back from his 2-game suspension. He will discover that quarterback Bryce Underwood is a better quarterback since he left. So what's next? Locked on Big Ten starts right now.
You are Locked On Big Ten, your daily podcast on the Big Ten Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman. 40 years as a sports talk show host and play-by-play announcer, and I want to thank you for making us your first listen each and every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hey, hit that free subscribe button down below. That way you'll never miss a single episode. Plus, it helps us a lot as well. And if you could share, follow, and like, that would be great. And did you know you can hype YouTube videos as well? So, Sherrone Moore is back in Michigan. So what's the change with Bryce Underwood? It's looking a little better all of a sudden. Plus, we'll have a quick peek ahead at week 5. But Michigan returned from Saturday's 30-27 win against Nebraska. They come home, and they got their head coach back. That's right. Sherrone Moore's self-imposed 2-game suspension for Spygate. It ended when the clock struck midnight that Saturday night when they got back from Nebraska. And I think Sherrone Moore will discover that freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood is a lot better than when he left. Seeing some improvement going on. And, of course, the coaches he left behind took some of the training wheels off and show that he could do some more things. Look, Michigan started out 1-1, and that included a rough loss at Oklahoma, which was Sherrone Moore's alma mater. Moore, of course, was allowed due to the rules set forth in the suspension with the NCAA. He was allowed to coach the team even after the Oklahoma game that whole next week leading up to the Central Michigan game. Now, he couldn't coach the Central Michigan game. He left before that game and then was gone, completely AWOL for 8 days. And couldn't be at the facility, couldn't be at games, nothing, just gone. Not even say hello. So maybe it looks like he did a pretty good job coaching his team up before he walked out the door for Central Michigan, because they won that game 63-3. Not bad. Very impressive. And I think things went pretty well for Michigan in his absence. The only bone I would pick with anything is I think Biff Poggi and company messed up the end of the first half against Nebraska. There was time on the clock, midfield, 4th down. Had Michigan called a timeout, that would have forced Nebraska to punt the ball. Instead, Poggi didn't do anything, and Matt Rule let the clock run down to a couple seconds so they can get in there, throw a Hail Mary with no time left on the clock. And, oh, by the way, the Hail Mary worked. Dylan Raiola hit the 52-yard touchdown pass. That tied the game at 17. Other than that, I think things went pretty smoothly. And after all, let's admit it, whether you want to smirk about it or just realize it, Michigan's pretty good at the interim coach / suspension thing. They've done it a few times. They know how to do it. They know how to delegate power. They got their system in place. They were fine. But things are back to normal now. Sherrone Moore is back in town and ready to go. Now, regarding quarterback Bryce Underwood, there was some criticism launched at the team because they were being too cautious with him. Now, the guy just turned 18. He was playing his first game. I'm talking about game 1. They kept it simple for him. I mean, you think about it. You're 18. You're walking into the big house. It's crazy. I guess New Mexico. I don't think they were going to do a whole lot. And then Oklahoma, that was a real defense. I don't know even if Bryce Underwood was a sophomore, a junior, well-experienced. That would have been a tough game. The defensive ends did a great job pinching in the pocket. They did great assignment football. So anyway, things were kind of simplified for the Michigan offense in those first couple of games and simplified for Bryce Underwood. But then while Moore was out, Poggi and Chip Lindsey, the offensive coordinator, they started to take the training wheels off, and they let Underwood throw a couple of deeper passes, and they called for him to run a little more because he's a tremendous athlete, strong, 6'4", 6'5", 230, 235. If you hit Underwood, you're going to feel it just as much as Underwood is. So, but you got to be careful because you don't want your guy to get hurt, because what's backing him up in that quarterback room is pretty thin. And I think they have a drop-off at that point from where they're at. So anyway, I don't know if that was the original plan. I presume it was that, hey, Sherrone Moore says, well, I'm gone. You guys, take the training wheels off. Let this guy go a little bit. Or did Poggi and Lizzie decide, to play while the cat was away kind of thing? Maybe test him out a little bit, see what he could do. I remember 2 years ago. Remember when Jim Harbaugh was suspended? I know which time, right? For the Penn State game, and Sherrone Moore was in charge. And Sherrone Moore called 32 straight running plays. Never threw the ball in the second half, or never completed a pass in the second half, I should say. Look, J.J. McCarthy was a little dinged up. And I think they were going to run a lot with the lead and keep it simple. I don't know that Jim Harbaugh said, hey, run the ball 32 straight times while I'm gone. It worked. It was amazing. It'll be something we talk about forever. How do you go an entire second half without throwing the ball? They did it. And they won. Michigan could win no matter how it wanted, whatever style it wanted, whatever style was required. That 2023 team could do it. So anyway, I was wondering how much of that was Sherrone Moore back in the day and how much, Jim Harbaugh had planned in advance as well. And the same thing for this particular suspension. How much was this Sherrone Moore's plan to slowly take the training wheels off or let the coaches kind of do their own thing a little bit? Either way, Sherrone Moore is going to come back to a freshman quarterback that has 2 more games of experience. A couple of really tough places to play on the road. You're not going to put together 2 more tougher road games than at Oklahoma and Nebraska. He's got that under his belt. He's got 3 nice wins under his belt. So he's a little more comfortable with the offense. You could tell what he's back there throwing. That 37-yard touchdown run was artful. It was wonderful for the Michigan offense. And it really showed his skill and his burst of speed. When another player in the TV frame who was wide open against man-to-man defense really took advantage of it. So they need to take advantage of this stuff more often as well and continue to open up the playbook now that Sherrone Moore is back. Or just spitballing here, plan B, just sit back and rely on that running back attack of Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall. They both have breakaway play capability. They've both showed it. Haynes had another 75. He's got 2 75-yard touchdowns this year. Marshall had the 54-yarder. And my personal opinion, I think the offensive line, which looked a little, we got some work to do here because they got 3 young guys and a couple of veterans up there. I think they're starting to look better. I think they're looking better up front. Offensive line's looking better. Now the running game gets even better. Bryce Underwood, more time back there in the pocket when needed. So I think things are trending in the right direction for Michigan. They got a bye week here to work on things even further, get Sherrone Moore back into the flow, get things going. And then they're going to take on a Wisconsin team that is on the struggle bus. So big embarrassing loss at home for them against Maryland. I'm looking at the next 7 games on Wisconsin's schedule. I don't know that they can win more than 1. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for Luke Fickell. And that Michigan game is going to be super tough for him, I think. Anyway, would love to hear your comments, Michigan fan, about where the team is now at this particular point. Sherrone Moore back, bye week, Wisconsin coming up next, Bryce Underwood's development. Hit me up in the comments section. Always love hearing from you guys. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. We're here every single day for all things Big Ten. And also, if you could share, follow, and like, that would help us out as well. If you're audio only or podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, we are there. Make it very easy for you to find us each and every day. I'm going to give you an idea of what we're going to do this weekend for our special live broadcast. I'll have all those details for you. That's coming up next right here on Locked On Big Ten. Let me tell you about Square. This episode is brought to you by Square. Your favorite neighborhood spots run on Square, whether it's the local coffee shop, knows your order before you walk in, restaurant, butcher shop, wherever you go, sports bar, chances are that neighborhood spot is run by Square. And when neighborhood businesses like that thrive, the whole neighborhood thrives. Those local spots that make the neighborhood feel like home, so many of them run on Square. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. You can go to square.com/go/lockdowncollege to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square. See you in the neighborhood. We talk about the excitement of college football games all the time. And then you and your friends are talking. And then somebody goes, hey, let's go to the next one. And then, all right, cool. You're in charge of tickets. Oh, that's a big responsibility. What do I do? Well, you download the Game Time app and you can get tickets to anything. College football games, you get in a college football game for as little as $25. You can go to the theater, comedy shows, anything. But you can get the tickets. You can be the man in charge or the woman in charge and get it done. Last minute tickets at the best prices, no surprise fees. What you see is what you pay. And I like that you can see the view from the seat of the ticket you're about to buy. Right there, a couple taps, ticket, go. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKDOWNCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKDOWNCollege, LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. Mazda crafts cars for those that choose to do more than simply move. They follow what moves them every time they drive, and that's what makes Mazda stand out. They go beyond safety and style and performance to deliver a driving experience that feels alive in every detail, although those other things are important. The safety, top-notch, the detail, metallic accents, Napa leather, all that stuff. Whether it's a quick drive to practice or running an errand or maybe a long road trip, Mazda makes even everyday drives feel special. It's the small details that make the big plays. And just like there's more to every player, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. All right, I want to tell you about what we got going on here at Locked On Big Ten. As you know, we are here every single day, multiple podcasts, all 18 teams, news, analysis of that news, and fearless opinion of that news. We're not afraid to give our opinions. Now, coming up on the weekends after the biggest game of the schedule, we go live. We go live on Saturday night for immediate post-game reaction from me and you, because I can see your real-time live comments and we can interact back and forth. It's fantastic. Mark your calendar for it. This week, it's obvious. We're going after the whiteout when Oregon goes to Penn State. That's 7:30 on NBC, Big Ten Saturday night. When that game ends, roughly around 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific, for those of you on the West Coast, we're going to go live right here at Locked On Big Ten for your comments and mine. So we'll see you there, in addition to being here every single day for you. Many ways for you to interact with us at Twitter, at Talk Big Ten. Don't forget our website, talkbig10.com, where all of our podcasts go. Plus, hit that subscribe button before you go. That way you'll never miss a single episode, and you and I will be in the same Big Ten club together. And if you could also share, follow, and like, that helps us out too. And I want to tell you about our friends at Locked On in the Locked On family and Fire TV. They present the college football kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll, who does a great job at Locked On Big 12, he leads the conversation with our two-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, and former player Jesse Hawley, plus all of our Locked On experts get together, meet, talk about it, hash it out, preview, get you ready to go for the weekend games. You can catch the college football kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. That'll do it for us. Can't wait till we talk again tomorrow with all the latest news. We're going to preview ourselves tomorrow. We're going to talk about that Oregon Penn State game, the whiteout on Saturday night, and all of our power rankings 1 through 18. I'm going to tell you right now, Indiana's on the move. They are. Michigan may move up a little bit too. All that coming up on tomorrow's episode. For Locked On Big Ten, I'm Craig Sheeman. We'll see you next time.